done this in so long. I forgot what I say.
I got you. Welcome back to the Geeked Out Podcast!
That is what I say.
He's the host! Ty.
Oh, okay.
AKA.
We're not going to say the government name.
Leave that
That's going censored right there.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, hello, welcome to the Geeked Out Podcast, where first off, I guess we should start off with an apology for not, uploading in so long. We've been doing...
Blame James.
Well, okay, it is partially James. I will say it is partially James. That is true, but at this point we said, fuck it, we're going to do it without him.
Yeah.
But I mean...
I feel like at some point it was all of us. At some point...
No, it was all of us. Like I said, we all had our own personal shit. I mean, I've been through a lot this past this past month, or a couple months, that I'm not going to be talking about, for now anyway.
Right.
And then,
I know I canceled a few times going through my stuff, and then, we've just kind of been all over the place. Yeah,
we've got our own shit, but we are back, hopefully more consistently. We'll see. We'll see. If not, then, I just might have to do this alone. But no. But yeah, it is your host with the most, Tyler here. And then we got Jaden in the top of the screen, with a new setup, because he is in his new place right now. In which you'll probably see me in my new place probably next or whenever the fuck we do another recording, because I'm moving out soon here. Me and James are actually going to be moving in together, so hopefully with that it'll be a lot more consistent, because then I could just fucking knock on his door, get your ass on, and fucking do this shit.
Get up!
Yeah, get up! But I mean, we also have other videos planned. I mean, I'm editing some right now. That's the death of me, but it's still... I think it's gonna be funny.
No, what you showed me when I visited, it was comedy. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. So yeah, hopefully, like I said, still editing. Hopefully, I can get that done by this weekend. We'll see. Now I have a bunch of plans, so we'll just see. Give or take.
Right.
But yeah, and we have a bunch of videos planned and a couple ideas that I want to do. I don't know about Jaden really wants to do them, but
I'm in.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are, but I'm in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I was just thinking maybe I could look up a challenge to do on like Mario or whatever or whatever or some whatever fucking games I play, or we can do 2K, Fortnite, whatever the fuck. So yeah, just make sure you're subscribed on YouTube for all of that, to keep up to date with all of that.
I'm telling you, we got to do ranked Fortnite, dude.
Ranked Fortnite? Is that the shit right now?
Yeah.
Because
I opened it up and it was ranked, and I was like, what the? And it only starts on duos, and so I played around. And I was by myself. There was no teammate. But I'm already a silver, so we hop on so then we can go try hard mode.
I'm not playing ranked Fortnite.
I'll
play a Fortnite, but I'm not playing ranked.
No, play ranked with me.
That's where all the virgins are.
No, they were all the same peoples.
Okay. Anyway, I mean... Yeah. Well, there's a bunch of shit that we've missed over the past month of us kind of taking our little mental vacation, if you want to call it that.
Right.
I mean, Guardians came out, a bunch of other shit came out, but we're not going to talk about that because Jaden has 2 other podcasts that you can check out called The Pop Culture Roundup and Casual Geniuses. Both that he does with 2 of his buddies, Jonah and Ryder. Shout out to them. But instead of talking about the same topic for a third time, we're just gonna talk about the finals because I know or the NBA playoffs because I know both of them. I mean, Ryder watches basketball in
Yeah.
sports, but I don't think Jonah is that into it.
Yeah, and me and Ryder are trying to keep it mainly just like film and music review kind of thing. Me and him will probably kind of review the finals, kind of hear what he has to say about it too, but it's not very often that we'll be talking sports. So.
Yeah. Yay. Yep. So, not yay, I guess I should say, but yeah. But yeah, Jaden has a bunch of podcasts that he's on, a bunch of projects that he's also on. So go check everything out. Yeah, pop culture roundup. He talks about everything pop culture, casual geniuses, like he said. Talks about kind of movie reviews, music reviews, and then on this one, the Geeked Out Podcast, where we talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Which you can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Yeah. But yeah, so like I said, today, because James isn't here, and there was one that we weren't going to do that isn't really sports related, but that's we were going to save that for later, for when James is here, because I think that'll be fun when he's there. But yeah, we'll just kind of talk about the NBA playoffs. We're going to talk about, well, first off, let's talk about the two that made it in. Because let's give a huge shout out to the Nuggets and a huge shout out to the Heat.
Literally.
Because I don't think they're given enough credit for making the finals.
No, literally, like, I think, I mean, obviously it's a great thing for the Nuggets organization going to their first ever NBA Finals. So, huge shout out to them, right? This is their first?
This is their first in franchise history.
Yeah, so huge shout out to them. And then another thing is Jokic, and I guess you can put Jamal in that conversation too. They stopped the talk about how they couldn't win playoff basketball. They pulled together. They've been playing probably the best basketball we've seen in a long time as a team, as two, like, even if you want to look at their individual performances, they've been playing out of their minds. So yeah, absolutely huge shout out to the Denver Nuggets. And then even on the Heat side, being the first play-in team ever to make a finals, second eighth seed to ever make an NBA finals. Their road to get there was not an easy one, besides the Knicks, because the Knicks suck.
Hey, don't sleep on the Knicks. Come on.
No. But nonetheless, congratulations to the Miami Heat.
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
pulled through. And we'll get into more depth in a little bit, but yeah, those are.
Yeah, and like I said, the Nuggets have kind of once again shown that they are the best team in the West, and have been for fucking months. They've been the number one seed for God knows how long, and we're in a lot of talk because LeBron, Steph Curry, blah blah blah. Oh, Ja Morant's doing his thing. With the freaking so I didn't pray inside my city yet. And then the Heat dealing with all their shit. They had to deal with the Bucks and Boston. And the Celtics gonna make history. No.
They almost did. That was crazy.
Like I told you, imagine putting all that work just to lose in Game 7.
I know your knees were shaking. I knew in your body you were like, they might do it.
No, not after. Once the first quarter ended, I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure they got this.
Oh, well, I mean everything up. No, not even in the first quarter, because you were like, you texted me, you said, like, where has this Heat been all along? And then you were like, but for some reason, I feel like they're gonna blow it.
Yeah, but I wasn't shaking in my boots about it though. I was just like, I have that feeling, like, that they could do it.
Bro, if Caleb Martin didn't pop off, Bam was gonna choke the game away for them.
Well, good thing Caleb Martin did show up then. And And honestly, just all of the role players for the Heat with Kate Martin, you got Vincent, Max Strus has been doing everything. They've been stepping up, especially with Tyler Hero getting hurt in Game 1 against the Bucks.
Yeah. Same with Oladipo getting injured.
Oh my God, Oladipo! I forgot about Oladipo. So yeah, I mean they've just shown that they are probably the biggest underdogs in NBA history at this point. Like I said, or like Jane said, second eighth seed to go to the finals, first since 1999 when the Knicks did it. Knicks did lose 5-1 against or 4-1 against the Spurs, but no, the Knicks were good. Well, I guess they were eighth seed, but yeah, I mean, shout out to the Heat, shout out to the Nuggets for doing their thing, for taking care of business. Even though, like I said, even though the Heat almost didn't take care of business, even though they should have taken care of business a week ago when we're recording this, but they got the job done, and the job's not finished for one of these teams. They still need 4 more.
Yep.
But I mean, I guess we can talk about kind of our predictions later. I guess we'll just figure out what the fuck happened with all the rest of these teams that happened. I mean, I don't really know where to start. I mean, I guess just fucking Boston. Fuck you. That's all I gotta say. No, I don't fucking hate Boston. I don't. But I don't know. I hate the fans of Boston. I really do.
No, and that's valid. Like, they have the worst fan base of sports. Because they're, like, not only are they, like, trash to everyone, they're even trash to their own team, like, their team. And then they're very racist about it, too. They are not good people. Very terrible fan base. All the way around.
But, yeah. I don't know. And it's just, I don't know. To me, it's always funny when they're like, if Jason Tatum didn't get hurt, he would be there. And I'm like, maybe, but, like, no.
See, I definitely think there would have been a better impact on the game if Tatum didn't get hurt. But I still think the Heat were knocking their shots down.
Yeah.
Like, the Celtics did exactly what we've seen them do in not being able to hit their shots.
They were like 0 for 11 from 3. Like, with the start out the game, like, of course you're not going to win the game.
Right. Like, when they don't hit their shots, they all get discouraged as a team. There's not one there was only one person who played through it with, like, their heart and put everything on, like, the line with that game, and that was Derek White. So huge shout out to Derek. Good job, I guess. Like, you hooped for a little while there, but, like, where's the other team? Jaylen Brown. This is how you're gonna act when you're wanting to be, like, the number one player. That's how you're gonna be, like, in the spotlight.
Jaylen Brown was like so trash. Ass. He was so ass this whole series.
Literally, and, like, this is where I'll call out James. Hey, James, what happened to your boy Jaylen?
That's what I'm saying.
That's who you want as your number one? That's who you think is better than Tatum? Because, no. Like, he was trash for the entire series. Was not consistent whatsoever. And it just shows that he does play a solid number 2, which isn't bad. But you're not the star player, and I don't see an organization where that's going to be your role. It's not who you are. At least not right now. Maybe eventually, but right now you're not the number one player.
No.
Al Horford didn't show up. Rob Williams didn't play most of the game because I guess he had a stomach virus, so he was throwing up during.
Pussy.
What do you mean? When he was on the floor, he did pretty good.
Not. I mean, I guess.
I mean, he only played like 17 minutes.
I don't know. Every time that I saw him on the floor in Game 7, he did not look right. And obviously, yeah, it was because of the stomach virus or whatever the fuck he was going through. But every time I saw him, I was like, he does not look like he is, healthy. He doesn't look like he's like, there. Just, he wasn't there.
Right. Marcus Smart, don't know what happened to you. You was consistent until that game. Like, you was hooping until that game.
No, you want to hear what happened? He was consistently ass. That's what it was. That's all the Celtics are, is just consistently ass.
Well, no.
Not
go that far.
Tatum was the only really player that was the consistent in this series. Until Game 7, but again, he got hurt in Game 7, so I'm not gonna fault him for
right.
not
and you
showing
could
up.
Tell, like,
but
he tried his hardest. Like, you could tell he was trying to push through it. It just he couldn't. Like I don't know what the Celtics team needs. I'm not going to be surprised when Brown is no longer a Celtic, especially with him getting second All-NBA. He can sign a contract this offseason with the Celtics, 5-year max, making him the highest paid NBA player of all time. But the next year, you can do the exact same with Tatum and give him even more money, making him the highest paid player. And with that, they're not going to have both. Yeah. They're not going to have the money to keep both of them anymore. So, what are they going to do? They're most likely going to keep Tatum because that's been their star player since he's gotten there.
Oh, yeah.
Is what it is.
Well, I think if they just need to restructure. That's the thing. And I think it will be a lot better because everybody's saying, with Mazzulla, like, they're saying he's a terrible coach. I don't necessarily think that he's a terrible coach. I think he's just young and inexperienced. And he just got, I don't know, he was dealt with kind of a weird situation with, what's his name, getting fired, and then he was thrown in, late in. And then, so he didn't have his own staff, which rumor is that a lot of his staff is going to Houston. So he's probably going to pick his own staff next year. But yeah, I mean, I would honestly let Brown walk. Maybe try to do a sign and trade. But I would try and trade Smart too, to be honest. Get a better point guard.
I would put him on a trade block. Like, I would allow teams to see, like, hey, we're open to hearing, but I wouldn't just trade him away. Like, if it's not a decent point guard who can play, because you know me, I'm a defensive guy. And so that's what I really like about Smart is he does bring that hustle and he does bring that defense. As we saw, he got Defensive Player of the Year 2 years ago. But you're right. He isn't consistent on his shooting. He's not the greatest shooter. His IQ isn't the greatest. It's decent. It's not great. But he is also a solid leader, in my opinion, on the court. But I do agree in starting to look at offers.
Oh. I mean, yeah. I mean, let's move on from the Celtics. I guess let's kind of stay in the Eastern. I think the only teams we're not going to talk about is, like, the teams we kind of expected to fucking kind of lose. Or that, like, still kind of have really a bright future, I guess. Like, I mean, like, I would say Brooklyn. Like, we kind of knew what they were going to do. But I mean, yeah, we'll see how they pan out in the future. Right. Same with the Kings. I'm not really gonna say shit about the Kings. Kings fucking did their shit.
They look nice.
Yeah, they look nice.
It just they're just young. They played a super experienced team.
That's what I'm saying. They faced the former champions. So
right.
And of course, Steph Curry had to fucking go beast mode in Game 7. So.
Really. And hey, hats off to you. Like, y'all's future looks real bright. Light that beam.
That's what I'm saying. They're still young. So, I think the only other, I guess Atlanta. The only thing I would say about Atlanta is that only thing I would say about Atlanta is that I think you need to start looking at getting Trae Young a big man. That's my thing with Atlanta. I mean, I don't know. I think the whole DeJounte Murray thing isn't working. I think it was a bad trade. And the worst part is, I think, the Spurs have their fucking draft picks that they can't draft. So it's like kind of cringe. But
yeah.
Other than that, I mean, every other team I kind of want to talk about more in depth. But yeah, we'll say in the East. Let's talk about. I guess go ahead and go. Oh, let's talk about Philadelphia. Actually. Oh, Philadelphia, the 76ers. I mean, did we expect anything less from a Doc Rivers-led team with James Harden as their shooting guard? Yeah, no. I expected them to lose to Boston.
I didn't expect it to go all the way
to 7.
Yeah, but
I would have liked. I mean, I would have liked to see the Sixers win because I like Joel Embiid. For a minute I've been I don't know really about anymore now that the Nuggets made the finals, but I've been saying for a while that I thought Embiid was better than Jokic, mostly because of defense, which I mean you can still argue, but I mean it's hard to when he hasn't made it past the second round.
Yeah.
But I think the Sixers will actually look a lot nicer next year. Now that Doc is gone, they got Nick Nurse, who I think was kind of, I would say did dirty in Toronto. He won his, his first year there when Kawhi was there, and then they tried to keep the same core minus Kawhi, which I mean, that's cool if you want to keep the same core, but like you gotta maybe have a superstar there. So, but I think with him having Joel Embiid. I mean, we'll see. I honestly don't give a shit if James Harden stays or goes.
Yeah, no,
I
wouldn't be surprised if he left.
I think he is going to leave, but if he stays, I mean, that's great. But if not, then oh well, you can go fucking find someone. People are. It's so funny because people are saying that. I saw a tweet. It was like, oh, Fred VanVleet is gonna replace James Harden. I'm like, Fred VanVleet. Okay, I guess, but. But regardless of who you get, as long as you get just like a decent caliber like player, I guess, because Maxey has been pretty good for them. I gotta say, I don't think he's gonna be. Actually, I don't know. I don't want to say I don't think he's gonna be an all-star. I think he can be, but
I think he could get to that caliber.
I think he can get to that caliber of a player. But I don't know if you just get another like decent player that does their job, then I think it'll be solid. I think.
Yeah, I think. See, I disagree with you though. I don't think the Sixers are going to be nice at all next year.
Well,
because
I don't think they're going to win the championship, or they'll do their thing. They'll be like the third seeder again, or whatever.
I wouldn't be surprised if they lost it. Like if they make the playoffs, I wouldn't be surprised if they lost first round.
It all depends on matchups, I guess. But
also because I think I'm not saying James Harden was the answer or anything like that. He obviously helped out a lot. Like he did his thing. He definitely contributed. Especially when you look at his playoff performance, he did a lot better than I thought he was going to. Especially when Embiid went down. So I'll give props when props are due. But with him not there, I don't see Embiid just winning by himself. And that's not saying Maxey isn't doing what he needs to do, but like we've been saying, he's not at that spot where he's on the same level of these other bigger stars. So I don't think it could be a Joel and Tyrese Maxey show and them go have a deep run in the playoffs. Yeah. So unless they do get another solid player, I don't see them getting out of the first round.
Okay, let's talk about the New York Knicks, who you've been sleeping on. It sounds like. See, honestly, I think the Knicks can be nice. However, there is one man that they need to look to trade, and that's Julius Randle. Julius Randle.
Get him out.
I think they have a pretty good team. It's just Julius Randle. You are not that guy, my friend. I think
they need. I have no idea what they need. They need to.
Donovan Mitchell.
He's staying with Cleveland. Jaylen Brown.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
No, they need another.
Both Jaylens? Jaylen Brown and Jalen Brunson?
They need a solid 4. Or like a big 3. Somebody who can play the 4 position. Somebody who can actually be a consistent shooter, but still play solid defense on the inside to help the 5.
AD. Trade for AD.
I mean, somebody like AD, but not AD.
Giannis. Trade for Giannis. It's the Knicks. Come on.
Gross.
All right. Well, speaking of Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs, who I thought was gonna beat the Knicks, but shockingly, the Knicks beat. Well, I guess I shouldn't say shockingly because the Knicks were actually a good team, but I just thought I thought the Cavs had a little bit more star power, and I thought they had a little bit more flashiness, I guess I should say. But I don't know. I'm like torn because I think for one they are young. Mitchell is their oldest, well, of the core, I guess I should say. Mitchell is
he older than Jarrett?
Yeah, because Mitchell's like 26. And yeah, but and everybody else is like 22, 21. They're all I think maybe Allen's probably like 24 or something like that, but they are young, and a lot of them this was their first playoff experience. But I don't know. I just don't like how they openly said that like, oh, the lights were too bright. Shut up. And that's coming from Jared Allen. I'm like, bro, shut up. Don't say that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
you're an idiot.
Yeah, like I get it. Like, okay, you didn't perform the best, whatever. But don't be like, oh, I guess the lights were too bright for me. Shut up, dude.
Right. Like have confidence in yourself. Like you're a solid player. Like play dominantly. Like you're gonna have an off game. You're like not everybody does great all the time. Like you're good. Don't throw your team down like that. Don't throw yourself down like that, or else you're gonna look like Ben Simmons.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then we'll talk about who I thought was gonna win the whole thing was the Milwaukee Bucks. Which looking at this, because it's showing fans pick for who wins the first round. The fans had the Bucks winning the series. 94% of them had the Bucks winning the series against the Heat. So those 6% motherfuckers got it right.
That's great.
Yeah, but I mean, I was one of those motherfuckers. I mean, granted,
hey, so was I. I'm not gonna lie.
Whenever the Bucks and the Heat play each other, I'm always like, well, I don't care who wins. I just want a good series, and whoever wins the series, I want to go all the way.
And hey, there you go.
Yeah. But saying that, I did think that the Bucks were gonna win, and I thought the Bucks were gonna go all the way. Because obviously, I mean, they had Giannis. They have a pretty good team, or I thought to say they did. But I mean, Giannis ended up getting hurt. So Giannis wasn't 100%. I mean, Middleton has been struggling with injury all year. And then just Drew Holiday, just what the fuck, couldn't lock up Jimmy Butler.
So, one of my favorite things of this playoffs is Jimmy Butler and the Heat down by 6, looking at Drew Holiday, and this was like 3 minutes left or 6 minutes left, and he looks at Drew Holiday and says, "I own you," just to go and win that game. That's one of my favorite moments of the playoffs so far.
Yep,
that's hilarious.
But yeah, I mean, if you're the Bucks, I mean, like Giannis said, this season isn't a failure. I don't know about that, but but I get what Giannis is saying though.
Yeah.
Because I kind of agree with it. I've always said like there's no failure in life type shit. But when you're expected to win the championship and you get knocked out to an 8th seed in 5 games, that is a failure to me. So
see, I disagree. I think when you get to the playoffs, and there are going to be some exceptions, but more likely than not, seeding does not matter in my opinion. Because, and for me, this year proved it the most. The Heat obviously is kicking everyone's butt right now. Well, not kicking everyone's butt, but even like the Lakers, like you look at how far they went. As what were they?
They were the 7th.
As like a 7th seed. Like I said, obviously there are going to be some teams that are an exception where you look at them and you're just like they're not winning. And I guess that one was like the Nets. But like these are all NBA teams. It's a 7-game series. A lot can happen, and especially when you can figure out your opponent, they're all good enough to make an impact to win a playoff series. Look at the Knicks. The Knicks get trashed on all the time because they're the Knicks. The Cavs were one of not the favorites to win it or anything, but to go super far in the playoffs. Everybody had the Cavs winning because it's the Knicks, and the Knicks just put up like what they needed to do. So I don't necessarily think it's a failure, especially when you get to the playoffs. More likely than not, you're going to be playing a good team, no matter what. Like, it just is what it is.
I would say yes and no to that, because I do think that seeding matters, because it just because of depends on matchups, really, because the Heat are
Right.
the Heat are a little bit different because the Heat like to be underdogs, and the Heat like the grind and grit and like the all that shit. But I mean, look at Denver. They had Minnesota, which was, I mean, we all know what happened to Minnesota.
Okay, yeah. Minnesota was one of those teams where you looked at them and were like, they're not doing anything.
But then, I mean, they had the fucking Suns, I guess, and then they faced the Lakers, which were the 7th seed, and then now they're facing the 8th seed. Which again, I'm not discrediting them for whatever seeding they did, but I don't know. Just on paper, like the Nuggets had a pretty easy schedule, in my opinion. I forgot where I was gonna lead with that, but I don't know. To say that, I mean, I don't know. With the whole thing of like, oh, if you made the NBA playoffs, you're not trash. That's kind of debatable, because I've seen some trash teams go into these NBA playoffs.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like I said, there's always going to be a few exceptions, like the Timberwolves. They didn't deserve to be in the playoffs at all. They suck. They're a terrible team, but they made it. But I'm saying just more likely than not, like you're going to get a solid all-around playoffs. You're going to get solid teams. I do like the point you made with seeding. Like I can respect that. But I wouldn't go as far to say it's a failure. Like, I don't know. I agree more so with Giannis.
I don't know. It depends on like, I don't know. I guess it depends on the expectations that you gave the team. Because yeah, if you gave, I guess, the Bucks the expectation to, not even like win the finals, but just to like make it to at least the conference finals, and again they lose to the 8th seed, as good as the Heat are, they lose to an 8th seed in 5 games, then that's kind of a failure in my opinion.
I don't know. I don't know, because there's always something to learn from.
I don't know, but again, it also has like if you have the best, arguably one of the best players in the game with Giannis too. Like you expect Giannis to win some championships.
Well,
So,
yeah,
that'd be like if I don't know if Patrick Mahomes went to the conference finals or the conference championship, and then they lost to the Steelers, and not Joe Burrow, not Josh Allen, goddamn Kenny Pickett, and they were like they were favored to win it all. I consider that a failure.
See, I can't agree, because it's only a failure if you decide to quit right then and there. Like Kobe Bryant said this in an interview. There's no such thing as failure, because like the only reason why failure exists is if you decide to quit after you fall. That's when failure hits. But if you fall, let's say like I did trash today, like I didn't meet my expectations today. I will fail if I don't try to get better tomorrow. I can keep falling, but it's not a failure if I get up and keep going at it and try again to meet that expectation. So I take that in every single sport. Like, yeah, like, okay, you lost to the Heat. Big deal. Like, you didn't do what you wanted to do. Is this where you're going to give up and quit? Or are y'all going to make another run for it next year? Go win the championship next year and show, okay, like, no, we've been working at this. Because all of these teams, like, we have so many amazing players right now. They can't all win all the time. Like, even look at LeBron. He's been to the finals 10 times. And, like, yeah, there are people that say that his, like, legacy is tarnished because of that, and he's not better than MJ and all that stuff because he lost them. But he made it a whole decade of his career. So, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, we have all these players and they can't all win. They can't all win every single year. Like, I fully agree with what Giannis said. It's only a failure if you decide that's it. We're done. We're quitting. But that's my mindset, and I know I'm not gonna change what you got in your mind, and you're not gonna change what's in my mind. Two different mindsets.
All I'm gonna finish it off with that is just I'm not gonna say that his career is gonna be a failure because of like this season.
Oh yeah. No,
I'm just saying that this season was a failure. If we look at just this season.
I get that. Yeah, I'm not trying to say that's.
And I'm not saying like, oh, next year like it's not gonna be a failure. But if I'm judging just based off of this season, what they did and what they were supposed to do this season, then that's a failure to me.
I don't know, because that's everybody's goal is make the finals. Just because us as people can say, all right, this team is supposed to win it, but that's every inside team's thing. We're supposed to do this. That's the only reason why people are competing. That's the only reason why people are playing is to make that finals run. So, yeah, the people in the media and the analysts, they can say that's supposed to happen.
Would you say the Kings season was a failure then?
No.
Okay.
What?
I guess I don't know. I don't know why I asked that because you're the one that's saying that it wasn't a failure, but because to me, like I wouldn't consider the Kings season a failure because their expectation was to make the playoffs. Their expectation wasn't to go to the finals. I mean, granted, in their like little organization and the players and the coaches, all of them, they thought they were probably going to make the finals. But just us as fans, as whatever media outlets, our expectation of them was to make the playoffs, and they did that. Our expectation of the Bucks, or at least some people, was to come out of the East, and if not, win the finals.
And that's what I'm saying. Like us as people, yeah, we're gonna expect a certain team to go all the way because we're looking at one team and all of the rest on paper. But then if you were to go into each locker room, they're all going to tell you the exact same thing. No, we're going to the finals. Like, we're going to win. that's the expectation of this team. The only one who came out and said that they didn't expect that is Steve Kerr. That's the only person that has came out and said, "Yeah, I didn't expect us to go and win a championship," which I think is stupid. That was a terrible thing to say. Like, that. Yeah, I didn't like that. But anyways, I guess we'll move on.
Yeah, whatever. All right. So I guess moving on to the West Side. I mean, we could talk about the Timberwolves a little bit. So, see, that's the thing. The Timberwolves aren't that bad of a team. I just think that they were just stupid for trading for Gobert.
Yeah.
And I think they are also stupid because they're trying to build around Cat when obviously they should build around Anthony Edwards. I think that they should trade Cat, maybe to the Knicks, but not just kidding. Yeah, you can see it. But I don't know. I don't know where I read a bunch of stuff where he would be a good fit. But I think you should trade Cat because they actually did look a lot better when Cat wasn't in the lineup. So, I mean, if you keep Gobert, we'll see. Obviously, I mean, Mike Conley's going to stay. Mike Conley's pretty loyal wherever he goes.
He just want to hoop.
Yeah, they didn't have a bad squad. It was just figuring out a system. That was their problem.
I just don't know why they thought having a 2 big man squad was the answer. That's where I
kind of got it because they was like, they don't want Cat to fucking run or Cat can just focus on defense and Gobert can do the offense. I'm like, I get that, but it's stupid. It was stupid.
Yeah.
I guess we can talk about who else? The Phoenix Suns, who probably a lot of people had coming out of the West since the KD trade. But as you know, as every team does now when they try to create a big three, they get rid of all their depth. And I mean, what happened? Well, Chris Paul got hurt, of course, again. And then DeAndre Ayton got hurt in the last game, which, I mean, wasn't that good on the court anyway.
He was doing nothing.
Exactly. So, of course, they had to rely on Booker and Durant to, carry the wagon. And eventually the wheels broke off on them. And they were tired. They fucking couldn't score. So, of course, and then obviously nobody else could score.
Right.
So, that was their problem. Monty Williams is gone out of there.
The Pistons.
He did sign with the Pistons, so we'll see how that goes. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. I think Chris Paul's gone. I think that Ayton is most likely gone. Which, I mean, to be honest, I think they shouldn't have brought back Ayton anyway. I would have let him sign with the Pacers when like he was supposed to do.
Right.
But
yeah, that was stupid.
But, I mean, I guess a team with Booker and Durant could be good. Just build around that.
Right.
Booker's still young. As much as I don't really necessarily like Booker. But he is young. He is young and he is talented. So if you build on that like you originally did,
right.
Then you should have a solid team.
And he balled out in the playoffs.
Oh, he hooped.
I'll give him his flowers. He hooped. I'm not a huge Devin Booker fan either. I've been calling him the most consistent, average player next to Aaron Gordon in the NBA. What did he do? Nothing. He gave you what you expected every single night. But no, he hooped. And I do think getting KD was a good decision. I didn't think they were going to do much this year because of that. But I think going forward, you keep those two and like you're saying, build around that. I think that could be a solid team.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully KD just doesn't get hurt again.
Right. Well, speaking of players that get hurt, let's talk about the Clippers. It's time to blow it up.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Kawhi, oh, what a surprise. He tore his fucking meniscus. Of course he did. Right? Because you load managed him too fucking much, and then now he's fucking hurt. And oh, what a surprise. Fucking Paul George got hurt too, right as the playoffs were about to start. So who do you have to rely on? Oh, fucking Russell Westbrook in his old fucking vintage age. Granted, he hooped, but he had to do what Russell Westbrook does, which is do goddamn everything. So I don't know. The team just needs to fucking restructure, get Kawhi out. I don't mind Paul George, but if you could get something for him too, that'd be good.
I keep Westbrook there.
Yeah, you can keep Westbrook there. He did hoop. It is 50-50 in the air. But
they let him be Westbrook.
Yeah. But you got to get Kawhi out. It's
Kawhi
time.
Needs to be gone. Kawhi's gone.
This whole experiment that you guys did for it sucked. And it sucks too, because I was one of the suckers at the beginning of the season that was like, oh, this team could go all the way. Well, not go all the way, but they could make it to the finals. Right. Yeah, like I had them coming out of the West. Because I believed that, if Kawhi and Paul George were healthy, and then if they kept John Wall, and John Wall actually did something, that they could have fucking made a run, but they didn't. So, yeah.
Instead, got rid of John.
Got rid of John, and now he's going to be playing for fucking Australia here in a little bit. But, yeah. I don't know. The Clippers just fucking piss me off as an organization.
Yeah.
Thank God they're having their own stadium soon, because I don't want them to share the same stadium with the Lakers. I'm over it. Alright, we'll talk about the Golden State Warriors. Which honestly, they didn't do too bad. They beat an inexperienced team in the Kings, as they should have, as expected. But then, the Lakers
punched them in the mouth.
Yeah, the Lakers were just the better team.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, I was just about to say surprisingly. As what affected the Warriors all season, they couldn't win on the road, unless it was in Sacramento. But yeah, they couldn't win in LA. Just fucking, I don't know, just taking fucking dumbass fucking shots. Jordan Poole couldn't fucking hoop. That's
he sucked.
Yeah, he sucked.
He got the money too soon.
And you can't say that there wasn't baddies in the arena. Zendaya was there.
Baddies.
Yeah, there were some baddies in there. So, yeah, so we might have to stop this whole narrative about that.
Yep.
But yeah, he's done. Yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy that they fucking paid him and then now he sucks dick. Which is it's gonna be the same thing for Austin Reeves when he comes up, in my opinion.
I think he'll do the same.
As Jordan Poole?
No, that's what he did this season.
Maybe it depends
that's
on.
Me personally.
Yeah.
I think he's a good fit for the Lakers.
Yeah, it depends on how the Lakers restructure their roster too, but yeah, Golden State, they just, I don't know. I think they were just kind of gassed, to be honest. But not really much to say about Golden State.
Clay didn't really hoop either. He was so inconsistent.
None of them really hooped. It was just fucking Curry.
Yep.
Wiggins had his moments, but again, Wiggins prior to that didn't play basketball for fucking months. So.
Right. So.
You expect some inconsistency from that, but.
Kevon Looney was a rebounding machine, but that was it. Like, I give props for that. That's like good for you for doing that. That's a huge contribution to your team, but when that's all that you can provide.
No, yeah. All right. Well, and then I guess two teams. I forgot. I forgot about the Grizzlies. But yeah, Grizzlies just. I mean, they just talk too much shit. That's all they had. That's all they did.
Dylan Brooks, have fun playing in China.
As Adam Silver once said, get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. No, I don't know. You just talk too much shit, and then wants to come on air and be like, "Oh, the media wants to make me the bad guy." Like, no, you made yourself the bad guy.
Yeah, you're an idiot
for fucking trying to say all the shit about LeBron, all these fights that you're trying to poke. Not even with like the fucking Lakers, but fucking with members of the Warriors. Fucking got into it with Donovan Mitchell earlier in the season. Just all this other bullshit. John Morant's a fucking idiot for all the shit that he's been doing. Hopefully, he gets the help he needs. But yeah, he's just a fucking idiot. I don't know what the Grizzlies kind of go from here. I think if you look at all these teams and like you see like, oh, what team is gonna miss the playoffs? Because I mean, let's be honest, Dallas is probably gonna come back next year, assuming that they fucking actually get depth and defense in their fucking roster. But you look at these teams like, oh, which team's gonna miss the playoffs? And like, minus fucking Minnesota, it's fucking the Grizzlies in my opinion.
Yeah, like who? Like, yeah, you have Jaren Jackson Jr. and you have Ja. But as we said, Ja's an idiot, and we don't even know what his future's looking like right now.
Yeah, we don't know how long he's suspended. We don't know.
Right, we don't know any of it.
Yeah.
So with a jawless Grizzlies team, they're gonna be one of the worst teams in the NBA. I guarantee it. No, that's not true. I'm lying. Because they kind of hoop without Ja. They don't really need him, to be quite frank.
Yeah, like they have good coaching and like they have like the shit that they need.
Right.
But it's just hard to like, I don't know, if they just fucking shut the fuck up and like just kind of hoop. Then I think they'll be fine, but I don't know. Right. They just need to shut up. I'm over it.
It's not cute anymore.
It's not like
y'all look stupid.
Yeah. And then the Lakers, James's Lakers. Which I mean, if James was here, he'd just be like, "Oh, I'm just happy they fucking made the conference finals. Blah, blah, blah. We weren't expected to be there." I mean, I guess that's true. But at the same time, I mean, you have LeBron, and you know every fucking playoff run, if LeBron doesn't win the championship, it tarnishes his legacy, according to fans. But just from bouncing back to where they were to where they were when the season ended. Trading Westbrook away, getting Vanderbilt, Beasley, Hachimura, getting pretty good, solid contributors. I guess minus Beasley because he didn't really play in the playoffs.
Which I thought was stupid.
Yeah.
Like I think he deserved his minutes. Like he was a consistent 3-point shooter. Like that's why they got him.
Yeah.
Or not why they got him. That's part of the trade deal. But like.
Yeah. The problem was he just didn't hoop on the Lakers. When he was with the Jazz, he fucking hooped. Right. But he just couldn't hoop on the Lakers for some reason.
Yeah, and I don't know why people thought that D'Angelo Russell was the answer. They tried it before and it didn't work. They tried it again. Oh, what do you know? It didn't work. You're an idiot.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he did a good job prior to the playoffs.
Right.
He looked nice prior to the playoffs, but just I think the lights got a little too bright for him too. So, yeah.
Yeah, Schroeder's not terrible, but
Schroeder's not terrible. He was just inconsistent. His defense was good. I do like his defense. But yeah, he just couldn't make a bucket.
Hey, and I'll give props to AD. Like, minus a couple of his bad shooting nights, like a majority of the entire playoffs, like, dude hooped, and I guarantee you he was injured, somewhere in his body. But he fought through it. He didn't take too much time out. Besides that hit to the head, like even then he came back like the next game ready to go against the Warriors. Like, so I give props to AD. But yeah, I mean, good job Lakers for making it that far. Like, hats off to you.
Yeah.
You all started 2-10 and ended up in the conference finals. So
yeah, so good stuff, Lakers. We'll see what they do. LeBron's getting older. Obviously, he'll be 39 in December. Yeah. So, and which might be his final year. I don't necessarily know, because I don't know what his contract's looking like.
So this next year will be his last year on the Lakers. Even though he had that not press conference, but that interview where he was like he's gonna think about it, and like, oh, now it's rumored to be. Yeah, sources have already said that he's most likely coming back. So, retirement things is.
Oh, he's 100% coming back. He said that. Yeah. I don't know if he said it, but someone said that. Yeah, he's gonna fulfill his contract at least.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
It's the whole thing is if he's gonna play with Bronny, and my opinion, I don't think he should. And it's not necessarily I don't think he should. I don't know. To me, at least as a like, if I was in Bronny's shoes, like I wouldn't want to play with my dad. I would want to play against him. That'd be my thing. I don't know. Like, it could go either way. Like, it could be a special, like, rookie year if you played with your dad. But it would be a special moment, too, for the...
See, I would say that would be awesome if LeBron
they won the championship?
If LeBron was a little bit younger. So then, like... Because I feel like it'd mean more to both of them if LeBron signed a 1-year contract with whoever Bronny went to, and that was his last year. And then LeBron kind of doing that, like, he'll still play, but kind of do that, what's his name? For the Heat. Adonis?
Yeah, Haslam.
Yeah, like, kind of do that, be a player coach, but obviously it's LeBron James.
Yeah, LeBron's not
gonna get, you're still, but I'm saying, like, more so help coach his son and, like, help that team in that aspect. And kind of like sitting back. I guess it depends on the team that he does, like, that all happens with.
Cleveland. Yeah, he's got to go back.
No. But I think he'll have two. I think he has 2 more years and he's done. And I'm saying that if Bronny only does 1 year of college, we don't know Bronny's plan.
Yeah, we don't.
So.
I'm pretty sure Bronny will just do 1 year of college.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, like, Bronny has said multiple times that he wants to do his own legacy. Like, he doesn't want to just kind of.
Yeah. I don't know, and that's why I wouldn't want LeBron to play with Bronny, is because I don't know.
Right.
It's so, I don't want to say it's always gonna be like, oh, it's. I mean, when he's LeBron's kid, it's always good. That's always gonna be the thing. Right. Like unless he I don't know, like super dominates, then that's when it's gonna be like, okay, like,
right.
He's not LeBron James' son. He's him. So, but I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I mean, the Lakers do need to start looking at a future past LeBron, though.
Facts.
And is that with AD? Who knows? If James were here, he would just be like, "Oh, just build on Reeves, Rui, and Vanderbilt." That's what he said. Which is it's a solid 3. But you do definitely need to get a star in there, and I don't know. I don't necessarily. Out of those 3, I don't necessarily think that they can be. I mean, they could be like maybe all-star type players, but like that kind of superstar, you know.
Yeah.
But I digress. So yeah, those were all your fuckers that got eliminated in the fucking the playoffs that weren't the Nuggets or the Heat.
Yep.
Once again, shout out to the Nuggets and the Heat for doing their thing. All right, so who do we got? Yeah, prediction time. Predictions. I love doing like I'm gonna add an effect and then I never do. It's so funny.
Literally.
But yeah, prediction time. Who do we think is gonna win? Who do we think is gonna win the finals? Who do we think is gonna win finals MVP? How many games is it gonna go to?
So, me personally, and no discredit, but I got Heat in 6.
Oh no.
I got the Heat in 6.
Oh no.
Once again, no discredit to the Nuggets. It's not that I don't think y'all can do it, because y'all are more than capable of doing it, and y'all have shown us time and time again, especially this playoffs, that y'all can do it. Jimmy's getting old, man.
Mm-hmm.
He wants that ring more than anything. He's been saying it since they was 2-5 or something like that. I think that's when he was like, no, we're going to go win the championship.
All the way back in like October.
He's been DMing people saying, hey, like when they made an official spot, I don't know if you saw this video, and I don't remember her name, but he DM'd this girl saying, hey, do you and your family want tickets to the finals when we go? And he's in the finals now. Like, he said that round 1, bro. Look, he's going to do it. It is written in the stars. This is Jimmy's time. And on top of that, I just really want to see my man's win a ring. Like, dude deserves it more than anybody I know. Not saying that Nikola and Jamal don't, but they're young. They got the talent. They have the team right now. We know what they can do. They will be back shortly. But Jimmy is almost done, and I feel it. I know he's close to retirement. I know he is, which hurts. It's his time. Heat in 6.
Heat in 6. By the way, ESPN gave the Heat an 11% chance of winning this finals.
Really?
Yeah. But to be fair, I'm not gonna say shit about ESPN's little prediction shit, because last year they gave Golden State like a 17% chance to win against Boston. So I'm gonna let them, shut the fuck up about their little predictions, because they've been disrespecting both of these teams throughout the whole playoffs.
Literally.
I'm torn, because I love the Heat.
Why are you torn?
Because this is why I'm torn. Because I mean, obviously, I love the Heat. That is my second favorite team.
Yeah.
I've been saying it for since the LeBron and D Wade and Bosh days. And Jimmy is my guy. I've been rocking with him since the Bulls days. Mm-hmm. Was a little upset that he went to the Timberwolves. But I mean, he hooped with the Timberwolves. Should have won a ring with the Sixers. And now he's with the Heat. And had an immediate impact. His first season went to the finals in the bubble. Had their up and downs, but now they're back with a team that probably shouldn't have made it this far, but they did. And they have some nice pieces. And then, I mean, the Nuggets. Oh, the Nuggets. I mean, I don't want to say I'm torn, because it makes it sound like I like the Nuggets. I don't actually like the Nuggets. But they have the 2-time MVP. Arguably should have been the 3-time MVP. Even though I had Joel. But again, that was because I thought Joel was the best center. Maybe I'm wrong. They have Murray. They have Porter Jr. They have a team that is actually healthy this year. These past few seasons that they've had, they just weren't healthy. I think the only one that they had that they were healthy was the bubble, but even then they were younger. They had less experience. Porter was very ass, to say the least. He was ass.
Yeah.
But then Porter was dealing with his injuries throughout the course of these last 4 years. Obviously, Jamal Murray coming back from the ACL. KCP has been a lights-out shooter for them, and they've got depth. They've got, like I said, they've got a good squad, and like you said, I think the window for the Heat is closing more than the Nuggets. The Nuggets could be back next year. They could easily come back, depending on how everybody's offseason goes.
Right.
But the Heat, I don't know. The Heat, this might be one of Jimmy's last rides, in the playoffs. And there's other points I was going to bring up that I'm totally spacing on right now. But
I know you want to say it.
As a realist, I would go with the Nuggets. And I would say I would say 5 or 6. But when it comes to the finals and the championship of it all, I tend to be more of an optimist in the finals. So I gotta go with my Miami Heat winning it all. And I also give them 6. They win it in Miami.
See, they also have people of experience. They have Kevin Love. They have Jimmy Butler. They have Kyle Lowry. There's 3 people right there with finals experience.
You also forget about Bam. He was in the finals.
Yep, you're right.
And Tyler Hero, who's probably coming back.
He is coming back. I think they said
maybe game 3.
He should be back.
Yeah.
So you have an entire starting 5. Not saying that is the starting 5, but you have a starting 5 that have all been to the finals. So, and then you have Haslem off the bench. So you have people.
Let's go Heat.
And you got these role players who be shooting lights out for no reason. Hey, Caleb, do your thing, man.
I think that, I don't know. I think the light, or I don't necessarily want to say that the light is going to be too bright for the Nuggets, but I think when it comes to, I think the only players that I will count on in these finals is Jokic and Murray. Those 2 are the guys that have shown that it doesn't matter what the pressure is, they're going to do their thing. Everybody else, I'm I don't know. We'll see. And it's kind of looking like for these Heat that a lot of the players are going to step into that light. It's more likely that Jimmy's going to be the one that, take the lead. But
I would not be surprised if Caleb Martin's their number 2 dude.
But Caleb Martin, has shown that he can step up. Vincent, if Duncan Robinson stays consistent and hits open shots.
Oh, he's trash.
Don't sleep on my man Duncan Robinson. He's actually been hooping these playoffs. He just had those bad shots in Game 6.
Yeah.
Trash ass. But I will. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Heat in 6 because that is the storyline I want. They have the player that I want to win the finals the most. And what the last time I kind of felt this way was when the Bucks were in the finals. Yep. And I wanted Giannis to win, and I have that kind of same feeling. I think it's going to be interesting how these playoffs kind of form. I think the Heat. Well, I think the Heat will win Game 1. But then
It's been a pattern.
yeah, I think the Heat will win game 1. They'll lose game 2. I think they'll win both at home. I think they'll lose game 5 and then win in game 6.
It's valid.
Yeah,
I can see it.
but yeah, Heat in 6.
I agree.
Heat in 6, and if Denver wins, I mean, congrats to them. They will deserve it. But if Denver wins, I will do whatever the top comment says on TikTok or Instagram, YouTube Reels, whatever the fuck I upload this on. I'll do whatever. The only thing I won't do, there's 2 things that I won't do. I won't get any tattoos because I don't. It's not that I don't like tattoos. It's just I want my tattoos to be meaningful. And I don't want fucking Jokic on my back or whatever. And I won't do anything that will affect my physical health. Other than that,
I know exactly what to do.
What?
I'm gonna be the top comment.
Yeah. Oh no. So.
I'm gonna make you shave your eyebrows.
Oh no, not my eyebrows.
Both.
No, I'll shave my head. I won't shave my eyebrows.
Comedy.
Oh, maybe it's a bad idea, but
Yeah, it is. I'm not joining him on that. Nope.
Why not? Just kidding.
No, they're gonna tell me to pierce my nose.
Pierce my nose. I'll pierce my balls, like like Peter did.
Oh my gosh.
But
anyways,
yeah. So there you go. That's why the Nuggets are gonna win this series.
Yep. That's the reason right there.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But other than that, I think that's everything we have for today.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was kind of a good thing James didn't show up because it's getting kind of late, and I don't want to do. We were gonna probably do 2 of these because, like I said, I mean Jaden's kind of settling into his new place, and then me and James might be moving into ours here soon.
Right.
But yeah, good thing he's not because yeah, I'm getting tired. I gotta go to bed. Gotta take my medicine because I'm old. But
I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Same. I gotta go work in the morning.
Yep, same.
Cringe. But if you guys, enjoyed this video, you can show your support by, subscribing and following to everything, to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and then you can also follow us along on Instagram and TikTok where we post highlights of it, and including the challenge if the Nuggets win or whatever. You could say whatever the fuck you guys want me to do. I wonder what the top comment's gonna be. I really am curious.
I'm gonna make you shave an eyebrow.
No, not an eyebrow. Like I said, I'll shave my head, but not my eyebrows.
We're gonna make you drink cow piss. I don't think that should affect your health too much.
I think it might. But yeah, you can follow along in there. Like I said, we have a bunch of videos that we've already recorded that I'm gonna go through. I'm editing a couple right now. I'm gonna go through, see what I can do with those, try to make them funny, and then and a couple other ideas that I kind of think about. I don't know. Maybe I'll do them while I'm here. Maybe I'll do it when we get to the new house. But it should be fun. Yay. And yeah, so like I said, continue to follow along on our journey to become the greatest ever that no one ever was, like Ash Ketchum did with his Pokemon. So until next time, y'all have a beautiful day.